like that. It is time for Kyuss World Radio. Once again, here at fccfreeradio.com. I'm your host, PJ Boston. My crew is locking themselves and loading with their headphones. Gentlemen, that was crazy, right? Trying to get in here on time. All right, let's dial this stuff up a notch. That was Sensei versus Sensei. That was a request from our good friend, the Low Desert Punk himself, Miguel.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, we ran into Miguel last night. I got Foes. I got iMac in the house. Gentlemen, good evening.
Hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Essay versus essay.
Amigo versus amigo. That was what was up last night, man. We saw Miguel. I went on today, said, hey, we're going to talk to Bob Balch, our good friend from Fu Manchu and Sun and Sail Club. And he's just a legend, this guy. And, man, when I threw it out there that we were going to do this, a lot of people came out with some questions they want answers. So we're going to talk to Bob a little bit later. We'll also chat with our good friend Nathan. Anything crazy going on with you cats today?
I mean, nah, man. Yesterday, just
a little bit of big business?
A little bit of big business.
Oh,
man.
yeah, you were out in Tracy or something?
Yeah, I was out in Tracy yesterday.
It's always nice, nice and cool in Tracy, right? What about you, Mac? You just living the dream?
I'm like a spy. Nobody knows nothing.
Spy versus spy? All right. Listen, we're going to cruise through a bunch of this. I'm going to rip some more. I also got a couple of tracks I'm going to play tonight that no one's ever heard. There's some demo versions of some real rare stuff. So we're going to drop some of that too. But let's get into this. The numbers are blowing up. People are getting into it right now. So you guys have heard this. We love this on here. This is Kyuss World Radio, number 10, Fu Manchu, yo.
Taking it dude.
Where are we going?
Just come on, it's getting dark.
Are we gonna get high?
I buy some pot from you?
Hundreds, thousands, millions
Hey, this is Cody from Big Business, and you're listening to Kyuss World Radio. Whoa!
Kyuss World Radio is back. Mac, did that work for you?
Not good enough.
Almost. We had some.
You pulled away.
Yeah, we had some production problems. We were doing pretty good though.
You pulled out. You should have.
I should have left it in there.
Left it in there.
All right. Well, anyways, this is Kyuss World Radio. We are cruising through our evening. That was Start Your Digging, man. Last night, Cody and Jared, they killed it, huh? At the bottom of the hill.
Oh yeah, dude. It was.
That was epic.
It was like packed, dude. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was digging it. That was second time we've seen them in the last 6 months or so, and it was killer. Nick and Mike from Horns were there, and man, their set was tight. That was really groovy.
They were all fuzzed out, yeah.
And you guys remember them? They were like second guests we ever had on Kyuss World Radio. Remember that when they got all hammered at the studio?
Yeah, that was funny.
That night we were gonna. I was thinking they needed a ride because they're always bumping around the city and they're on the bus and all that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'll give you guys a ride. We went outside. They were just gone like ghosts. Like fucking
awesome.
And they drank all the beer. Like that was a crazy night.
All the beer.
I'm starting to remember. Yeah, that was crazy. Anyways, Kyuss World Radio. We just ripped Start Your Digging by Big Business. We love those cats. Got me we both got our Big Business shirts on.
Yeah, dude.
Before that, we had Weird Beard. Guess who that was for?
Nathan.
El Beardo, yo. He wanted it. Somebody else wanted it too. I'm going to have a rundown of everyone who got involved when we were doing that. And before that, we had, of course, Kyuss on Kyuss World Radio with Gloria Lewis. I'm going to play some more music, and then I'm going to get Nathan on here. We're going to have a little chat with him. And he is, him and I are going to have this thing going. Do you guys know about the contest?
You know what? I know about the contest.
You know about the contest, Mac?
Nope.
It's
So you talking about them tickets?
the tickets.
Yeah.
We have a pair of tickets for next week's, or no, not next week's, 2 weeks from now, or 2 weeks from, a couple days ago. The 13th of August, Fu Manchu is playing at the Viper Room down in Hollywood. And we got 2 tickets to that show that we're giving away. It's going to be some logistics. We're going to lay it all out. But the bottom line is you're going to have to share the show online, tag a couple of people. We're going to put everybody's name in a hat. We're going to win. Someone next week will find out that they win. It's going to be awesome, and it's from tonight. So, yeah, Kyuss World Radio, paying everybody off in
That show's
spades.
probably sold out.
I'm sure, yeah, that's
By now.
huge. Yeah, and it's interesting. We're going to talk to Bob in a little while and get some stuff. By the way, Bob also plays in Sun and Sail Club, and we've played them a few times. Yeah, they're hella groovy. And they got all kinds of... They got Scott Reeder and Scott Reeder in that band, so we're gonna talk to him about that. But let's rip some more Fu Manchu, and then I'm gonna chat with my good friend Nathan, and it's all good on Kyuss World Radio, yo.
I know why he says this. I've seen it too.
Kyuss World Radio with Written in Stone by Fu Manchu. Man, we were grooving out. I'm getting a lot of feedback. I was just going to take a couple of minutes. What are you guys up to, man?
Dude, I'm just drinking.
What is that? It's a huge beer, dude.
Yeah. It's
what is that?
It's a Estrella Jalisco beer.
Oh, see. Amigo, Ese versus Ese?
Yeah.
Cerveza. That's awesome. And you even got your whole Mac Attack program, the iMac Attack today. Yeah. That's killer, bro.
Big pimpin'.
That's what I'm talking about. You said you were going to get hella high today, folks, for the show. You look pretty fucking big, bro.
I ran into Paul from the Insanity crew, and
the cloud of insanity.
He gave me this bag. It was like Ruffles, sour cream, and onion chips, but they were medicated. And they had like a picture of a bomb and like an atomic explosion in the background.
Nice.
It looked like a joke, but I mean, yeah, they worked.
I remember the time that
it tasted delicious.
Remember when he had the THC syrup and he poured it into your thing, and he was like, "That should do it," and you were like, "Do what, bro?" Remember that?
Yeah, and then like 30 minutes later, I was just dead.
I could have gave you a root canal. That was crazy. But listen, I wanted to take a few minutes right now. I want to play a track. Remember, like a couple months ago, Mark Lewis was on from Doors to Nowhere, our new best friends. Remember when we saw them down at Bender's, how awesome it was? Mm-hmm. We actually had a track from him, and I lost it in my fucking computer somewhere. But it's a new, unreleased track that's going to be on their new record that hasn't come out yet. But we have it.
You found it.
We found it. Yeah, we found it. I found my track. So I'm just going to do this because it's all good in the hood. But ladies and gentlemen, brand new, unreleased Doors to Nowhere. This is Sinking. Kyuss World Radio is back, and we are just rocking out to Doors to Nowhere. That was an unreleased track called Sinkin'. And, we're just doing our thing. We are so fired up because we haven't had anybody from Fu Manchu in here, and we're rocking out, man. These cats been doing this a long time, so it'll be real good to talk to Bob. Foes, you going to just chill over there while we do this? Oh, yeah. Nice. All right, well, let's do this because you know me. I am joined now by the coolest cat on the internet, the founder of Kyuss World, and the man who gets his own parade in his hometown or in his new town. Nathan, welcome back to Kyuss World Radio, sir.
Hey, PJ, how you doing?
I'm excellent, man. I got to admit, you pulled this one out last minute. We didn't have all our stuff dialed in. Summertime is a little bit hectic, but it came out. Yeah, it came out nice though. So really cool, man. Nice job getting Bob to come on, and we're gonna talk to him in a little bit. But how's your July shaping up? All good?
It's doing good, man. My stuff is finally gonna settle down a little bit. It's been crazy. Summer's crazy around this time.
Did you get those boxes all unpacked yet? You still got some boxes?
Yeah. No, I think we're good and unpacked now. Like I said, we can kind of chill now. Nice.
Well, we're pretty excited for this afternoon, and we were grooving out. We played Weird Beard, and everyone was laughing in here. But you ever get a chance to see Fu Manchu when they came to town?
Actually, last summer was they started doing the 25th anniversary tour because they've been going 25 years now.
Wow,
and,
that's amazing.
Yeah, so last summer they came to Chicago for a private show, and they played all of King of the Road album, and then they had another set where they played some of their, greatest hits, and it was killer.
Awesome.
And a lot of Kyuss World members got together at the show or before the show, and there was probably 10 of us. Anyways, Midwest Kyuss World members got together.
Nice, the Midwest Mafia with the shirts. Well, the Kyuss World love was being shared last night at the bottom of the hill. People I didn't know were like coming up to me and, hey, what's up?
I heard that.
Yeah, it was
big business, huh?
Yeah, it was amazing, and those guys were good. Yeah, we had a little. That was my sounder with Cody, but I highly recommend anybody who can go see those guys. Man, we've seen them a couple times. They're an amazing crew. But I wanted to let you know, Nick and Mike from Horns, man, they represented. They were killing it, so it was all good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a good show.
Great. I love the big business, man. When that Waterworks album came out, I saw them open for Tool, and I went out and got the album the next couple days and played it for probably a year straight. It was just killer.
Yeah, it's amazingly groovy. The two guys, they get it all going. And Kara turned me on to them, and she was right. But it was all good. Miguel was there, and there was a whole bunch of cool Kyuss World representation there last night, so it was all
awesome.
Good. But anyways, you digging it so far? I know I have a few requests of yours that I'm going to play for you. Foes, man, what's up? Foes was so high he was on the couch, Nathan. He playing a guitar during the show, but you came over to say hi?
Yeah, what up, Nathan?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good, man.
Mac Attack's in the house, so we got a full crew. I was going to try to drag Kara in here, and one thing led to another, and the show was on, so
yeah,
didn't pull that off.
Comes on quick, man.
Exactly. But what a way time flies, and man, we got crazy response after last month's show with Arthur and all the songs we played, the ape shit that no one had ever heard before. And
yeah, that was great show.
Yeah, people are still actually talking to me all about that, so it's all good.
Yeah, I'm excited to have Bob on, man.
Well,
when I went to the Fu show in Chicago, I talked to him beforehand, and I kind of threw it out there. I was like, man, I should get up on stage and do Weird Beard, and it didn't end up working out, but I did talk to him before the show, and the security guys saw me talking to Bob, so I kind of snuck my way into the VIP area for the show and shot some video of the first part of the show.
That's amazing. That's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. Now, check this out, Nathan. I'm looking at this right here. I got some music I'm going to play tonight that is the very first time that Scott Reeder, the bass player, and Scott Reedy, the drummer, and Bob got together and played. They pressed play on a machine, and I have a 10-minute long jam, and it's the first time they ever played together. And I'm going to play.
Get out.
How crazy is that, right?
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's the first Sun and Sail Club jam ever, and then they've got a demo version of "I'm Not Upside Down" that we're going to play too tonight. So it's going to be all good. So, but
Great.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to keep ripping through this. I'm going to play the first thing you told me you wanted to hear, which is Mongoose, and we're going to head into the second hour. We're going to be talking to Bob right about 7:15 or so Pacific time. So
Right on.
no problem, man. Let's do it. Let's give away tickets and rock out on Kyuss World.
Yeah, take it easy, man.
Nathan, thank you, man. Have a great evening.
Yeah, you too.
No problem.
Peace out, yo.
Peace out, Nathan.
Later, guys.
There you go. The coolest guy ever, man. I love when Nathan comes on and chills with us.
El Beardo, yo.
Yeah, no. All right, let's do this. He wanted to hear this. He gets it, brother.
Look inside. Day started right. A back road in a good town lives all time. Slowly turns, signals high. What happens next? All time. The mongoose flies. The mongoose flies. The mongoose flies. The mongoose flies. Removed from the times, event for the eyes. Midday they gathered one by one, all time. The story lies behind. The mongoose flies on by. Out on the street they ride. The mongoose flies on by. Story lies behind. The mongoose flies on by. Out on the street they ride. The mongoose flies on by. Look inside. They started right. A back road in the dirt town lives all time. Slowly turns, signals high. What happens next? All time. Story lies behind. The mongoose flies on by. Out on the street they ride. The mongoose flies on by. The story lies behind. The mongoose flies on by. Out on the street they ride. Removed from the times, event for the eyes. Midday they gathered one by one, all time. Look inside. They started right. A back road in a dirt town lives all time. The story lies behind.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with smoking weed. Weed is from the earth. God put this here for me and you. Take advantage, man. Take advantage.
I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. Somebody tells me that's the way it was meant to be. These things will never be. What I see is nothing. This tears echoes in the wind. What I see is nothing. Silence of the simply echoes in the wind.
I am so full of anticipation that my genitals have sucked up into my body cavity.
Seem to understand the deal. Hey, I don't give two shits on how you feel. You're burned by my lighter. You've been burned by my lighter. And my lighter is held down by my thumb, yeah. You're living in thoughts so. You're living in thoughts so. You're living in thoughts so. Tried to turn me off, but you couldn't even turn me down, babe. Yes, I sat and I told you we're living in hell, babe. You're on desert ground, yeah, now you found. Well, my thumb is the truth and yours is like starting to swell now. You're living in thoughts so. You're living in thoughts so. You're living in thoughts so. Living in thoughts so. You're living in thoughts so. I'm living in thoughts so.
This is Mark from Doors to Nowhere, and you're listening to Kyuss World Radio.
Kyuss World Radio is back, and that was an acoustic version of John Garcia doing Thumb. That was awesome. Mac, you started like grooving out as soon as you heard that, huh?
Mac went into like a fucking trance.
Yeah, well, then you started guitar playing on the couch again, and he was like, he had this going on, he had that going on. It was awesome. That was groovy.
That was awesome, dude.
Yeah, Mac, you've been in a good mood, man. What'd you do yesterday?
I was big pimping.
You pimped out. I saw you.
2 girls in 2 days.
Man.
Oh, man, I almost thought he was going to say something else.
No, but I'm trying to catch up with Mac Attack. So, hey.
Yeah.
You went to the Giants game on
Friday.
I thought you got kicked out of the fucking Giants game, or is it the Dodger Stadium you can't go to?
Yeah, Dodger Stadium.
Got you. So you can't go see the Giants in L.A., but you can see them here still?
Well, I could go see them anywhere, but...
So the word is they let your coworker in with a huge bottle of Jameson.
No.
Hennessy.
He snuck in.
But your pepper spray, no go. They stole that shit.
Yeah, they did not let me take in my pepper spray.
That's fun. So the guy, how big was the bottle? Bigger than that?
It was a 750.
So it was bigger than that beer?
Should have told him the pepper spray was for your tacos.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, you can't eat those bland-ass fucking Pac Bell tacos, man. You can't have that.
That is funny.
AT&T tacos.
Hey, they got good food.
They actually do. It's expensive. But I seen a buddy of mine online. He was taped like a whole 12-pack to himself to get into the drag races the other day. Anyways, we're cruising. We're going to be talking here pretty soon to our good friend Bob from Fu Manchu, so I'm excited about it. We got to do some station identification. And how cool was that? We talked to Nathan. Man, it's
Dude.
It's all up. But check it out. When we get back from station identification, you know what we're going to do? We're going to lay out the rules and regulations of the ticket giveaway. Because there's like things you have to do correctly for that shit. So you guys ready? All right.
Oh, yeah.
Boom. Let's press. Oh, man. It only works if you press the button.
You are listening to San Francisco's #1 internet radio station, FCC Free Radio. Radio for the people, by the people. FCC Free Radio is powered by Waywacked Radio Networks. The Little Black Egg, a great choice for your screen printing needs in the Bay Area. The Little Black Egg has experience and know-how when it comes to putting ink on garments. From t-shirts to tote bags, hoodies to hats, and everything in between. Competitive pricing, low minimums, and no maximums. San Francisco-based Little Black Egg can work with individuals and businesses and can get the garment and brand you want. Need screen printing? Find us on Facebook, Twitter, or through our website, thelittleblackezg.com.
My little black egg. My little black egg.
You are listening to FCC Free Radio, San Francisco's #1 internet radio station. Make sure to tune in to the Rasta Vibration Show, Fridays at 7 p.m., only on FCC Free Radio.
Yeah, the Rasta Vibration Show, but who cares about the Rasta Vibration Show when you can listen to the John Miller Show, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. Irie does the good job with he's got the reggae feel and the groove and the whole thing. But John Miller, man, his show is so funny. He played some part of his show on Humble Selecta's show, and it was like it went from a G-rated family show to just
to where you might
X-rated.
you might get an email.
Yeah, they dropped eTard, the dating site for. Oh man, it was not good. But anyways, so I have to lay this out. This is the whole thing. So we're giving away a pair of tickets to see Fu Manchu. How cool is that? You go see Fu Manchu at the Viper Room for free.
Legendary Viper Room.
I want them.
Yeah, no, but it's all the way down in Hollywood. I
Yeah.
never get down out. You don't care. You'll drive the police car right down there, huh?
Dude.
All right, so
Code 3 iMac.
all right, listen. This is how this works. You're going to go to the Metal Groove Radio Facebook page after the show tonight, and there's going to be a link. There's going to be a posting, and in big letters on top, it's going to say, share this link to win 2 free tickets. You're going to share that link, and you're going to tag my friend Nathan Lawver, the coolest guy ever, the founder of Kyuss World, and you're going to tag me, PJ Boston. So tag us both in the comments or in the posting or whatever you want to do, but you got to tag us, and you got to share that post, and we're going to put everyone's name in a hat, pull it out next week. Someone's going to see him. A couple of things you might want to consider. You can't really go if you can't be in L.A. so you might not want to win unless you're down there. But anybody on the Kyuss World Street team in California down that way, 2 free tickets to Fu Manchu. How cool is that?
I'm going to do it.
That's what I'm saying. So listen, we're going to rock out to Fu Manchu. I'm going to talk to my good friend Bob off the air, get all dialed in, and then we're going to have a little chat with him. You guys ready?
Let's do that shit, yo.
The Falcon has landed.
When I
smoking dog shit, man.
Kyuss World Radio, man. I love that track, that cover of Godzilla.
Godzilla.
That's just too fucking groovy. Yeah, we're just cruising through our evening. Mac Attack, we had it was pretty exciting. It was like a celebrity fucking like spy versus spy, right? Someone caught that spy. Who was that? Carrot Top you found?
Yeah, my cousin in Vegas was in the Stratosphere Hotel, and she was on the same escalator as Carrot Top.
Wow!
And put that shit on Snapchat, and that
Boom.
shit was fucking funny.
I seen the thing on the phone. It was like a picture of an escalator with a dude on it, and then all these lines like, check it out,
Carrot Top.
It's him. What's a Stratosphere? That's like a hotel in Vegas?
Yep.
Man, I haven't been down there in a long time. So I gotta check it out. Excitement at every turn on Kyuss World Radio.
Carrot Top.
All right, listen, here's what we're going to do. I just communicated with my good friend, Bob. He's going to come on in a few minutes. We're going to play now something no one's ever heard before. This is so cool, right? Scott Reeder, drummer for Fu Manchu, and then Scott Reeder, bass player for Kyuss and Southern Sail Club, and I mean, Across the River and all kinds of different bands. They all got together one time with Bob, and they played. And this is the first time they ever jammed. This is awesome. It's about 10 minutes long, but I can't wait to check it out. This is Kyuss World Radio, yo. Kyuss World Radio. And my God, that was absolutely incredible. That was that was Bob Balch. with his jam that he sent us, some crazy ass demo program that he had going on.
Man, I wish I was there for that shit. That shit sounded fucking super groovy.
We will be playing that on Chill the Fuck Out here pretty soon. But we are joined now by an absolute legend, a dude who was in a band that's been around for a long, long time. We got questions we can ask him that we can't ask a lot of people because of how long these guys have been doing it. But we're going to see if we can bring him up. Bob, welcome to Kyuss World Radio.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
Hey, man, thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. We've been grooving out all night to you guys. Man, you guys are just so distinct. Your sound is amazing. Congratulations, dude, for being in such a good band for such a long time.
Yeah, it's crazy. I joined in '97, and even then I was like, well, we'll see how long this lasts. But, it's been forever. It's been rad, though.
Yeah, and I'm looking at, I'm looking at some of the bio stuff. I mean, you guys have had pretty much the same lineup for 15 years, right? Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe so. Like Scott Reeder, different Scott Reeder from Kyuss.
Correct, yes.
Drummer. He was in a band called Smile from Orange County. So he came aboard, I think, 2004, maybe. But, yeah, other than that, though, it's been the same dudes since, when Brant was in the band. I joined at the same time as Brant in, like, end of 96, beginning of 97.
Wow, that's a long time, man, to be in a band. I mean, you cross over from back when we all used to buy CDs and shit to downloading music. I mean, you've seen the entire landscape of the music industry change during.
When I joined Fu Manchu, our label a few years after I joined got bought out by Disney, and they had like endless amounts of money, and it was like, oh, you guys want to do this? You want to do that? No problem. Here's money. And those days are long gone with most bands,
Wow, that must have been nice.
It was cool, but I prefer what's going on now. Like we do everything ourselves now. We do all the mail order stuff ourselves. We go on iTunes and see what's going on all the time. So it's a lot more hands on now.
Wow, but that's a big difference, though. I guess you guys are answering to them. They're the ones with the money. But how does that work out for you guys now? I mean, are you guys more comfortable now that you can't sell CDs and you can monetize in all these other ways?
Well, we still sell a lot of physical products too. Like we have a Fu Manchu store through this website, Big Cartel. So if you go on there, you just type in Big Cartel Fu Manchu. But yeah, I mean, we're always shipping out CDs and records and shirts and things like that. So it's been cool because before it was like with labels most of the time you don't know what's going on. You're just kind of out on the road. They're pushing a record for somebody else, and now it's like we do it totally for ourselves. And everyone in the band has their own role as far as like running our own label and stuff. So it's been cool. It was a really smooth transition actually.
So you guys can move a lot of merch like that and a lot of stuff. Now, I will say you guys, in my opinion, are one of the bands that has some of the best branding. You know what I mean? Like, when I was a kid, we'd break out our Iron Maiden records, and you knew you were dealing with Maiden without having to see the logo. You know what I mean?
I used to draw like all those Maiden covers in grade school and shit. So yeah,
but I think in the stoner rock genre, or even rock in general, you don't have a lot of bands that, without seeing the name, you know what you're dealing with. But you guys have branded yourself real nicely with the pictures and the kind of the scene, the California scene, and all that stuff.
I mean, maybe
that's nice.
Over all the years we've been doing it, it's kind of now you know what to expect. But we're not going to really come at you from left field and be like, well, here's our Jazz Odyssey record.
Yeah,
the part. Yeah.
You know what you're going to get. Well, I'll tell you, I was doing some research and I was, kind of brushing up on my Fu Manchu before we did this. And man, some of the latest videos I've seen on YouTube, you guys sound amazing, dude. Like seriously, like the tone.
The live shows become like kind of a muscle memory thing. I mean, with that many years and playing those songs, it's. I mean, some nights I'll just run through the set and then I'll look at the set list and be like, holy shit, we already did all those songs tonight. I don't even remember that.
Wow.
It's just kind of but it's cool. It's not like we're like phoning it in by any means, but it's just becomes part of your DNA. You know what I mean? You're able to do it really easily.
Well, it looks like you guys are doing it like that. But I'll tell you, we do this to everyone who comes on the show, especially the guitar players, because we actually all play guitar here. And first off, your tone is retarded. Like, it's just ridiculous with the way you sound live. I'm watching some of the stuff, and your phaser kicks in, and the sound's going crazy. What are you doing? You're rocking some sort of Reverend signature guitar. What is that?
Yeah, they approached me in 2009 or something, and they're like, yeah, you should try our stuff. And my SD, I had gotten it refretted, and frets were falling off on stage. Like, it was the poorest fret job I've ever I've ever had. You know, it's crazy. So I was like, yeah, I'll take anything. And then I played their stuff, and I'm like, well, this is actually good. Like, I could switch over to this permanently. And then, you know, they came to me in Detroit, brought one to the show, and I played it that night. And then I was like, can I take it up road? And they're like, yeah, just take it. And ever since then, we've had a really good relationship. And then they did the signature model like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. And, you know, I had some ideas about what I wanted in there. I wanted to sustain really well. So they carved out a little bit of there's a hollow chamber underneath the pick guard. I wanted like a spike in the mid-range, so they approached that with the pickups and stuff. But they're like really good. All the stuff they do is good. They do hollow bodies. They do like telly style. They do all kinds of shit. That's all.
So what is that guitar? That thing's like one big piece of mahogany with a mahogany neck with a rosewood fretboard. Like that's there's no maple on top of that thing.
It's Karina, but
gotcha.
It's really light and it sounds heavy as shit. You know,
Yeah.
like I always played SDs because they were light and they sounded heavy. Like I had a Les Paul for a while and it was just like I can't really picture throwing that around.
Yeah, they'll tweak you. That's why Jimmy Page walks all crooked. Cause
yeah, I mean we were supposed to open up a tour, or I think it was at least one show when Jimmy Page was with the Black Crowes and they were doing all Zeppelin stuff. And we were supposed to open at Irvine Meadows, which is like the venue that I grew up right behind, like sneaking into. I snuck in there to see Kyuss
nice.
when I was a kid, and when they opened for White Zombie, and I was shitting my pants, like, dude, we're going to play Irvine Meadows. And then he couldn't do it because his back went up. So.
Right, there you go. Too much Les Paul. Well, now that's gets me to my next question, which is now you're dealing with the PlayThisRiff all the time with the business with that, right? You guys.
Yeah, that's mine. PlayThisRiff.com. I've been doing that.
Now you can go if you're a guitar player. You can go to PlayThisRiff.com. You can see the greats. I mean, you can see Matt Pike on there. You can see all these dudes jamming their riffs. How did you come up with that idea?
I was just kind of I was like afraid of computers, and then I bought a Mac, and I'm like, oh shit, this is real easy to use, and I was just kind of like filming myself play just to like trip out on my hand because I've never seen them. I was like, oh, you're my fingers, but fucking bizarre doing that. And then I was like, I should probably maybe I could like teach a Fu Manchu thing and sell it on iTunes, you know, like the evil eye lesson or whatever. And then I figured, well, then people could just share it, so I might as well get a site, like a membership site where all the stuff's behind a firewall and you have to join. And then from there, I was like, I should get a band to help promote it, you know, band or two. And the first band I reached out to was Exodus. And they were down to do it, and I was like, well, shit, if Exodus is down, that was really easy. I should just keep rolling. And there's 70 bands on there now, so
yeah, I was on there
for a long time.
Who did it with? Did Gary do it with Exodus? I think I saw the video with him.
Originally the bass player did. He was the very first interview I had, and then it's funny, like their tour manager, the guy I was in contact with to get the interview rolling, he's a huge Fu Manchu fan, so he's like, yeah, dude. He's like, well, I'll get him to do whatever. I fucking love Fu Manchu, and then he ended up being our tour manager. So
nice.
He like popped in the band with us, and Exodus' tour manager was driving us around fucking in the middle of winter in like Wyoming. But yeah, he did it, and then Gary Holt did it like 2 years later.
Yeah,
both those dudes on it.
I love Gary. He's a down to earth cat. I'm so glad that he's doing his thing now with Slayer, and they've been they haven't been probably the most popular band ever, and it's nice to see him doing really well. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, he was cool, man. Like after the interview, the tour manager was telling me, he's like, yeah, that was like the longest interview I've seen him do. Like, he must have really enjoyed that, just playing his riff and talking about like inspiration behind them and shit. And I find a lot of guitar players are like that when I interview them. That they're like, yeah, this is fun. You know, they're like, this isn't like the normal shit that we have to do day to day.
Yeah, like this, right?
Yeah, I mean, this is different too. I can curse.
Yeah, exactly. You can let it rip. Now, I don't even know if you can help me with this at all, but I know Brad, the bass player, he's got an effects pedal business too. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's called Creepy Fingers. He does like fuzz pedals, and he does like some compressors and wahs and stuff. But he'll custom build like whatever you're looking for. You could ask him for like, what's this weird fuzz pedal that Hendrix used in Band of Gypsies, and he'll be like, well, here's the circuit or whatever. You know, the technical shit. But he go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, does he just do bass stuff, or he does stuff for guitars too?
No, it's mostly. I mean, you can use it on bass, but it's guitar stuff.
Gotcha.
Like I've been cherry picking shit from what he's been building for years, and it's cool because we'll show up at practice. Like almost every time we practice, he's like, "Let's check this thing out." And if it's good, then I'm like, I mean, they're all good. I have like a specific thing I want for like Fu Manchu rhythm sound, So if it's like a good Fu Manchu rhythm thing, I'm always like, I'll grab this one and that one, and I get like I got like one number one, like serial number one on one of them, which I'm, kind of holding on to that.
Yeah, collector's dream,
tightly.
yeah.
Yeah. But he's been doing it for a while, and they're insane. Like if any review you'll find online, it will just
all
tell
good.
you that he's killing it. Yeah.
No, I need one for myself. That's for sure. That's awesome. Well, let me ask you some more. Let me act like a journalist here for a couple of seconds. I know I was reading some stuff. Now you replaced Eddie, right? When you joined the band way back in the day. Now Eddie still plays with Nebula, right?
I don't think so.
No?
I mean, maybe he does. I'm not sure because I know Ruben plays in a band called the Freaks, and Sun and Sail Club is the only band I play, and we played with the Freaks, and I was like, "Have you talked to Eddie or what's going on?" And I don't think he's talked to him in a while. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some form of Nebula because I don't think Ruben was in there the whole time, towards the end. But yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know.
But there's a lot of coming and going with all you guys, with all the different bands and all the different configurations. You guys all get along though, huh? We find a lot of that in the.
Yeah, I mean, Fu Manchu's pretty very low drama.
Wow.
It's and that's probably why we've gotten as far as we have. It's just the chemistry is good, and we all share the same sense of humor, and we all produce the same smells, and we can recognize those smells. So.
Now, you guys, where are you guys based out of right now? You guys down in L.A. somewhere?
No, I'm in San Diego, and those dudes are in Orange County.
Gotcha. Now, when you joined the band, you guys were still all based down Southern California down there?
Yeah, we were all in Orange County. Brant was, from the desert.
From Palm Desert. Now, what's the what's that connection? What's that connection there? Like, you guys just all came out at the same time, or did you guys make a lot of trips out to the desert? Like, was there a lot of back and forth through?
Yeah, I think that Kyuss. I mean, I know that Kyuss and Fu Manchu played a lot of shows together, in the early '90s, and they were, kind of waving that heavy guitar flag. And in Orange County at the time, there was a lot of ska and shit. So, that stuff kind of stuck out, and those dudes just gravitated towards each other. And they're like, "Oh, you're doing this too? Cool! And you guys listen to Monster Magnet also?" And, so yeah, it's a no-brainer for them to start playing shows together.
What with your pedigree and how long you've been doing this? What's the most memorable thing you remember of one of those shows? You've played with, your band has played with so many. You're a legendary band, but you guys have played with so many legendary bands. What sticks out from back in the day?
I mean, the most recently, just playing Hellfest was amazing. That was in France. That was a huge crowd. And it was really surreal, flying in for a day and a half and just playing the show and then coming home. It was weird, but. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, the first tour I did when I was 19 with COC was crazy. I remember just tripping out, wow, we're on tour with in front of me. These are all bands that I was trying to sneak into at Aurora Meadows when I was a kid. So I was just sitting backstage with them, 19, just rosy cheek, and oh shit. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's that Hellfest footage too. You guys sounded amazing. That was a big deal. That's awesome.
Yeah, that was a big crowd. I remember playing the show and getting really into it. And tripping out, and then kind of forgetting, there's 5,000 people staring at me. That's pretty weird. I just kind of playing in my own head. But yeah, doing that first tour with Queens of Stone Age in Europe, going over there with them was really cool to watch them every night. We toured with Clutch and High on Fire. That was a really good tour. And just I remember watching Queens every night, just going oh fuck, these guys are gonna be huge. And then same thing with High on Fire, just tripping out.
Yeah,
I couldn't take my eyes off of them popping out. I was like, Jesus Christ, pretty heavy shit. Yeah.
Yeah, the first few times that Queens came through the Bay Area, I couldn't get in. They were also it was always sold out on me.
Yeah, it was pretty rapid. When they started playing, it just grew and grew really quickly. But great live band, it was really good. And I saw we toured with them when it was just Josh, Alfredo, and Nick. So it was a 3-piece, and even then it was huge.
Wow. Now tell me. You guys had a track. This is kind of I'm jumping around because I'm a terrible journalist, but you guys did the song Mongoose was in a Super Bowl ad, right? For Toyota way back in the day, back 10 years ago?
That was when was that? That was 5 or 6 years ago or something.
It says, the thing I'm reading says 08, so it was maybe 8 years ago or so. But let me ask you this. Do you guys get paid for that? I mean, is that...
we didn't own that song because we sold a lot of the publishing rights away for that record.
Gotcha. So someone else can...
other Mammoth records. Yeah, I mean, it was a good payday at the time to sell all that stuff, but we didn't own it. So once it got on the Super Bowl, it was like, oh, we would have made this, but
damn.
it was, it was comparable to us, what we sold it for to begin with, so it was fine. It was just cool to be. I was like actually out eating a steak and watching
the Super Bowl,
watching the Super Bowl, eating a steak. But like I remember, like I heard that they might use it, and then I just heard it on the TV, and I was like, holy shit! And then my phone exploded. Like I was like, oh my god, dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, then let me shift gears here. You guys got a big show coming up at the Viper Room on the 13th. You guys are going to have the CD or the 7-inch single release, right, for Slow Ride and Future Transmitter.
That's correct. Yeah, I believe that those records are in Scott's hands right now. So
nice. Now,
yeah, we'll be doing that.
Now you guys have that show coming up, and then you have a big tour coming up. But is there anything else going on as far as shows?
Yeah, well, we're doing that show in August 13th, and then the end of August we're going up to Vegas for Psycho Fest, and I don't know if you're familiar with that, but the lineup is like it's pretty much like every heavy band you can imagine.
Yeah, no, I we were just actually all out at the Big Business Show last night, and we were all talking about that.
I can't believe that it's that many bands, because I know they did one in Orange County that was like maybe 20 bands or something, but I mean, like the list just goes on and on and on. If they name any like heavy stone rock type band, it's like, oh, they're on there.
Wow, yeah, that's amazing. Well, then you have a new track coming out. I asked to play it on my show. You said that you already had that thing promised to the guys over at 95.5. Now that's KLOS. Is that the station that they're going to play that on?
Yeah. There's a show they do called Jones's Jukebox, and it's Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols.
Gotcha.
And he just plays shit. And I didn't even know, because I knew it was kind of like on the down low for the time being because it's not released yet. So I just texted this to you.
Well, you guys are a big band, man. That's how that goes. But so do you know when they're going to premiere that? Because we're all dying to hear it.
I was told that it would be cool for you guys to play it the week of the show.
Awesome.
But I didn't know that this was going on live, so I think it's going to be in the next couple of days.
Cool. Well, then you know what? I'm going to definitely talk to you after and get a hold of it because we're going to announce the winner. We're actually going to give away 2 tickets to that show on the 13th, and we're going to hopefully play that track next week when we come back on the air. So
sorry, man. I wish you could. I just, I don't want to burn you guys. And I would like to see him on PlayThisRiff too. It's like, I'm kind of invested in what's going down with that. But.
Absolutely. Well, you got to be careful with your stuff now. The way you let it out and all that stuff because it's hard to get paid like back. We were talking when you used to be able to sell CDs. But let me ask you though, the last thing I'm going to bother you with. What do you think about file sharing? I always ask the guys when they come on, and a lot of the small to medium sized bands they say, well, we're here nor there. But I think you guys are a pretty big band. I mean, what do you think about when it comes to file sharing as opposed to being able to sell merch?
It doesn't bother me as much as you would think it would. I see it as the internet is a way to get your band's name out there, and I know that there's like a whole new generation of people that are kind of discovering this kind of music. Like if you look at bands like Sleep, like they're playing huge shows right now, and just Queen paved the way for a lot of people. I think it's just kind of the internet's a good way to get your name out there, but that kind of goes hand in hand. People are going to file share and stuff. But we do every time we press up vinyl, we sell it out. So there's music fans out there that they're going to buy it, and the people who are going to steal it are going to steal it. There's not I'm not going to go to court.
No, but I'm with you though. If the record companies would give me some merchandise to hold my in my hand, like some tangible stuff, I'd buy it. We actually, me and Foes, my co-host here, we each bought a Big Business record last night, and I love having the merchandise in my hand. I don't mind paying for it, and I think, like you said, everything you press sells out. So that's
vinyl. People are buying it. It's crazy. You go to like any suburban mall, and it's like you could buy a record player and take it home and plug it in. And that shit wasn't happening earlier on. It's funny, like when there was what was it called? It's called Soul Seek. It was kind of like a file sharing. I don't know, like a place you could go to just steal music, basically. And I had to learn an older Fu Manchu song that was on like a 7-inch. I didn't have it, and we had to practice. I'm like, fuck, I gotta get that song. So I went on there and I was like taking it from a dude, from his files. And like if you leave your shit open, it's cool. So then people can look at your stuff, you can look at theirs. And I didn't know how to do that. And the dude totally got mad at me, and he's like, hey man, you're stealing from Fu Manchu. You should try just buying the shit. And I'm like, I swear I'm in the band, and I need to learn the stuff for practice. And he's like, bullshit, you're an asshole.
Oh man, that is classic. That is some silly shit. All right, well listen, Bob, you've just given us way more than we asked for, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show, dude. Seriously, you guys are awesome, and we appreciate it. We know you guys are busy and you guys got all your stuff going on. But thank you very much. And I know Nathan from Kyuss World wanted me to say thanks to you. And you said earlier when I spoke to you, you pop on to Kyuss World once in a while, man. We really appreciate that.
Oh yeah, I mean any band that's on PlayThisRiff that's like, you know, kind of has any kind of relationship with Kyuss or something, I'll put like free videos up there and stuff. But, yeah, it's a good community for people, you know.
Absolutely.
Good.
Well, listen, Bob, thank you very much. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We are going to rip Blue Tile Fever, and then we're going to just rip a whole bunch of other stuff. And I am going to play that unreleased demo of I'm Not Upside Down, too. So that's all going to go down.
Right on. Yeah, Sunday Style Club tunes. Enjoy that stuff. Enjoy Blue Tile Fever. Thank you.
There you go. Bob Balch from Fu Manchu on Kyuss World Radio. Thanks, Bob.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
There you go. How cool was that? Yeah, no, I really appreciate when the guys engage like that and they give a good interview.
That was a lot of info.
Yeah, that guy's on it. Yeah, and you got to check out those guitars they have. Man, you got to see the videos. They're sick. But let's rip some of this. We got some songs to do. You know the drill. We're almost out of time here on Kyuss World Radio. So let's roll.
You won't have what they call the social skill. That's why you never have any friends, except for your mama.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. But I'm gonna get you high today. 'Cause it's Friday, you ain't got no job, and you ain't got shit to do.
Man, that is some crazy stoner shit right there, man. We are coming down the stretch on Kyuss World Radio. That was Kyuss World Radio number 10. Bob Balch came in. The man, the myth, the legend.
Bobby.
Hey, he's been in the same band for almost 20 fucking years, dude. Like a real deal band. That's crazy, right? To be in a band that long and have it be that successful and keep it up and rolling, man. I love those guys. Fu Manchu. Bob, thank you. Listen, I got a bunch of shout-outs to... What are you guys, telling jokes over there? What's going on?
Yeah. I was just thinking... What were you thinking?
No, I mean, what are you thinking, man?
I'm just thinking about, Bob and, Bobby's out in the world.
Bobby Boucher.
Yeah, like Bobby Boucher.
From the Waterboy.
From the
Waterboy.
So here's my joke I made up for this Bobby. The Bobby is... Bobby... Fuzz pedals are the devil.
Those fuzz pedals are the devil.
Yep, exactly.
That's some high quality THC.
Yeah, that's Brad, the bass player. He's got that company that does that. So listen, we're going to run this all down. Nathan Lawver, Jamie Lee Wood, Scott Hale, Mark Lewis, the guys in Daughters of Nowhere, all the guys in Fu Manchu, my good friend Bob Balch, Scott Hill, Brad Davis, Scott Reeder, the drummer, not Scott Reeder, the bass player, who plays for this band and is jamming right now. But listen, guys, we were going to be back here next Sunday night at 6 p.m. Before you know it, yo.
Just